Back. Hopefully you did the exercise, right? Let me go back to the video. Like you've set up your columns of all the stuff that's easy, all the stuff that takes some work, all the miracle stuff, and you pick something from this category that you know if you had complete focus that you can knock out in 10 days. All right, so you pick that. This is the 3 steps to meditate your way to your ideal future. I've already alluded to it. Maybe I need to be better at making courses in the sense of adding the suspense, but like we're here now, you're part of the team. You have the syllabus already, so you know what's going on. But it's meditating, visualization, and prayer. And let's get into the fine details of those. Because if you don't see your wall, you'll never have a breakthrough. And what does that mean? So again, we have the goal that you want to achieve. There's something in the way of you doing that. That's your wall. So again, if you don't see your wall, you'll never have your breakthrough. And the goal of this is to create a safe place for you to slowly, like, just melt right through that wall, which will ultimately give you your breakthrough. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to use the Kool-Aid guy to, in something, right? As a kid, I remember this guy breaking through the wall and going, yeah, right? So breaking to create. So when I was in yoga, like you would work out for 60 minutes to 90 minutes to finally lay in this pose called Savasana, where it's called the dead body pose. And you would sit there and then you would have like all this visualization sometimes, or you would just have nothing. For me, when I did it, like I said in the other video, like I would have like all this visualization and I started seeing like a different version of myself. And that is the meditation piece, like having that breaking to create. And let me bring up the actual journal. So this is the journal, and you probably have a link to it already. If you don't, look somewhere on this page. There should be a link for it, but you should have it already. So I was brought up the story about when I was in yoga, I would do these poses and, work out, you get to Savasana, you would lay there. And I started getting these visions of a better version of myself. And I remember hearing Steve Jobs talking about connecting the dots backwards. And so I started to ask myself, like, if that's the version that I see of myself, how do I get to that person now, right? How do I connect the dots backwards? And it was in my journals that I would write, it wasn't as straightforward as this, but this is your way of doing that. And so getting clear on your outcome, on the exercise that you worked on before, you got clear on the goal that you want to achieve. That is pretty much the first question. What is it that you want to achieve? And then, but knowing why you want to achieve it, like knowing what actually drives you, and then knowing in what time frame you want to achieve it in. Now, the goal of this journal is for you to use for the rest of your life. But for the sake of this exercise, so you get that confidence and clarity and certainty of why this MVP method works, we're going to do it in a 10-day time frame, right? So like in the time frame that you want to achieve it in 10 days. Again, what's stopping you from doing it? What is that wall that you need to break through? Just write it out. And how would you feel if you were able to achieve that goal? What is the positive emotion that you would feel? Humans are not driven by logic. I'm not driven by logic. I'm driven by emotion. And a lot of times we'll focus on negative emotions and it keeps us stuck exactly where we're at. But if we can focus on that positive emotion, then that will guide us towards the future that we want to go, right? So I'll show you later how to like work through this journal, but I just wanted to share this part with you. And this is how you get that breakthrough, knowing the goal that you want to achieve. We already did that exercise, but going through this part of the workbook and creating that framework of change. And that's how we break to create. So